Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's kind of a big day. We're going to be working on getting the car put back together. If you watched my last video, I rebuilt the transmission for the Nova. The video before that, I narrowed the 8.8 that's in the back of the car. So today, I'm going to work on getting both things put back together, transmission back in the car, drive shaft installed, top off fluids, exhaust back on, all that. And hopefully, if everything goes well tonight, tomorrow morning, we'll take it for a rip down the road. Now this car ran and drive just fine before I did all this, but like I said in the last video, the transmission did have a leak and I chewed up the reverse gears on it pretty well. So new seals, new reverse gears in this, and then I narrowed the 8.8, so testing to see whether or not my welds hold, and then hopefully the axle doesn't break into. So that's what's on the agenda tonight. We're gonna get this put back in the car. I also got a new O2 sensor. The original one failed just a couple weeks after I got it started, so that's a little frustrating. So with that new O2 sensor, hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit of tuning, get the acceleration enrichment tuned in a little bit. It's got a little bit of a hesitation off idle when revving it. So we'll see if I can do that. So anyway, let's get started with this. Alright guys, as you can see, got the transmission bolted to the bell housing, got everything tight. Man, was this a pain to get in there. Before I put it in, I did fill it up with oil, so I don't have to do that now. At least so far, I don't see any leaks, so that's a good thing. Next thing I'm going to be working on is getting the shifter in place. So this, I've got a Hurst Competition Plus shifter that uses this mounting plate as opposed to bolting directly to the tail housing. So I've got 2 bolts that'll come in here, and then I've got the 3 linkages that go to the first and second, third and fourth, and reverse arms. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Alright guys, got the shifter body bolted to the mount. This is a Hurst Competition Plus. Now, before I put the rods in, this is how you adjust your rod lengths. As you can see, the shift arms are aligned with this center pin right here, or this alignment hole right here. I got a 1/4 inch drill bit, slide it all the way through, and this locks all the shift levers in the neutral position. So out of gear, all 3 rods should be adjusted to where they're just fitting into these arms, so that you get a nice clean neutral gate. Alright, shift levers or shift linkages all installed. I went through all the gears, everything goes into gear nice and smooth, no binding. Looks like everything's adjusted properly. I've got a nice smooth shift neutral gate. So next I'm gonna put the transmission cross member in place, get the drive shaft put back in, and finish up with the exhaust, and that should be all we need. Alright guys, as you can see, got the drive shaft reinstalled. I've also got the exhaust put back in, V-bands tightened down. Last thing I gotta do is reattach my park brake cable, and I'm gonna put in the wideband O2 sensor. I still gotta put gear oil in the diff, and then get the car down off of these blocks, and we'll be ready to go for a test drive tomorrow. Alright guys, I've spotted a potential problem. If you look back here where the U-joint is, right now the suspension is at full drop. Once it compresses, this is gonna go up and hit the muffler. So I'm going to have to modify the exhaust. If you look at this one, when I put it in, I made a little bit of a kick that way, and this one is just straight. So probably what I'll do is cut it there, give it a little bit of an angle that way to clear the U-joint, but it's definitely not gonna clear right now. All right guys, all finished. As you can see, I've got plenty of clearance now. Once this axle travels up, it'll be close, but I don't think I'm gonna have an issue with clearance now. I had to cut right here, readjusted the muffler to kick it out that way, re-welded it, not bad. And then I had to do the hoop over the drive shaft. Got my parking brake cable reattached. The only thing I have left to do is get the wheels on. I wanna bleed the brakes one last time. They are a little spongy, and then I'll be able to back this thing down the driveway and take it for a drive. Feels really smooth so far. Good engagement on all the gears. No weird noises. Feels really good. Alright guys, I'd call that a super successful test drive. Car performed perfectly. Transmission shifts nice and smooth, all 4 gears, no weird whining noises, no clunking. Super happy with how everything turned out. One thing I am waiting on is a new O2 sensor, and I want to order the Holley CAN bus USB adapter so I can connect the Holley to my laptop and do some good data logs and get this thing tuned in a little bit more. The bass tune that it has on it, there's things I can improve on. So we'll do some street tuning eventually. Coming up next, I do have to work on patching holes in the floors, so that'll be coming up here soon. But if you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe, drop a comment so you can see future videos that I post. Until then, we'll see you on the next one.